Hey, thanks for joining us on this Monday at noon. We appreciate you joining us today. We are having some fun technical difficulties from home this morning, okay? So I am at home. You may see we're obviously in a different location. We're not on the green screen right now due to some car troubles. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that you can hear me. Okay, I can hear myself, so I think we should be good there. And then we're going to jump right into the forecast. Again, we thank you for joining us on this Monday, and thank you for bearing with us with this kind of change of scenery here. But let's go ahead and take a look at what to expect for today. So, once again, I can see your comments. So if you do have any comments, if the audio goes out at any time, if you can't see the graphics, stick that in the comments section and we'll try to work on it for next time. And if you have any questions about the forecast, we would love to see those questions as well. So let's get right into it here. We do have some big hail that we saw earlier this weekend. So if you go to our Facebook page, you can see the hail that we saw this weekend. We've got some great pictures of it. It looks like we just got a severe thunderstorm warning as well. We have 2 chances for hail for today. So once again, we have another round of storms today. And what we're watching for storms today is the potential for some wind as well. So we'll talk about the wind potential. We also have that extreme heat on the way. So, I mean, you probably already felt it this morning whenever I got up, was walking my dog. You know, I like to walk my dog in the mornings. I was definitely feeling that heat as well. So let's get right into the forecast here. Let's talk about what we saw this weekend. So this weekend we had a 3-star map. I know it says 2-star there. That's because part of this map was a 2-star map. The other part, a 3-star. So we'll start here with this 2-star area. That was out of South Dakota. We saw some tennis ball sized hail in this area. But a more impressive thing here was our 3-star map that went right into Minneapolis. We also saw tennis ball sized hail in this area, impacting over 100,000 homes, 141,000 homes impacted here from this map on Saturday. So again, Saturday, if you're looking for that map, you can head over to hailtrace.com and you can purchase that map there. Okay, let's take a look at what we're talking about right now, or what we're seeing out there right now. You can see that we've got a good area of the U.S. that has some sort of showers or storms, anywhere from South Dakota all the way to Minneapolis, further out to the west as well. We're seeing those showers and storms. We can head farther down to the south, and you can see in Jacksonville, also seeing some showers and storms in Florida. But I do want to zoom in here, and let's see if I can take a look at what we are seeing in, let's see, with that severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, I know you can barely see this, but I want to show you that severe thunderstorm warning that's coming into Buffalo right now. So we are watching for severe storms moving into Buffalo as we speak. You can see that here popping up on radar just outside of Buffalo, but it's on its way in, maybe a little bit of hail with that. Some strong wind as well. They are also in a thunderstorm watch right now for a good portion of New York and portions of the Northeast. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. That is one area today that we are expecting to see some hail. Now making this more full screen so you can see it a little bit better here. Oh, and we got to go forward again. Going through our graphics here. And we'll talk about what we can expect for today, because we do have several areas that we're watching for storms today. There you go. There's that severe thunderstorm watch in effect highlighted there in pink through this afternoon. And let's see if we can go forward just a little bit more here. Get your current temperatures on here right now. Maybe, there we go. Hey, here's your current temperatures. I mentioned it was so hot today. We have so much of the country in some sort of heat advisory, watch, or warning. Oklahoma City right now at 93 degrees. Pretty hot out there right now in Oklahoma City. 93 in Dallas as well. Do we have anyone warmer than Las Vegas? You know, it's going to be quite a day whenever we see someone warmer than Las Vegas, because every single day Las Vegas takes the cake for being the warmest temperature out there. All right, moving on here. Let's get right into that forecast for today. Make sure you can still hear me now as we're kind of switching views. Oklahoma City at 93, Dallas at 93. We have a lot of instability out there here. You can see that anywhere from Omaha to Chicago, St. Louis, and Cincinnati, all included in this area that we're watching for some very high instability today. This is also going to bring hail and strong wind. So those will be your 2 main advisories, or 2 main hazards for today. Rather, will be that hail and strong wind. Significant hail model here, you can see that anywhere from Omaha to Chicago. It looks like we could see some of the strongest hail in this area, all the way to St. Louis and into Cincinnati. You can even see, using this significant hail model, that we're using up a lot of this energy that will produce this strong hail as we progress into the evening and late night hours. Okay, so what is your hail map for today? Let's take a look at it. You can see that I have overlaid the radar on this so you can see which storms will come through producing the most significant hail all the way through this evening. But then I'll show you the radar once again, or your future radar that we expect for this evening, and we'll show you exactly where and when we're expecting to see those storms. But I just wanted to show you that we have storms in this area with hail anywhere from about 1 inch to 1.25 inches from Sioux Falls down to Lincoln, Milwaukee, Midway, and Chicago. Now what we're watching for here are these are the most likely hail sizes, but in some areas like Des Moines, you can see even larger hail sizes up to the size of a golf ball or a ping pong ball. And then farther out to the east, there's those storms in Buffalo that we're watching for right now. You can see those storms in Buffalo anywhere from about 1/4 to maybe even slightly larger. For your hail sizes there. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what you can expect for your radar and your biggest hail sizes. So I said the most likely hail sizes are going to be on the smaller side, maybe about 1/4 to even slightly larger than that, but we could have some isolated up to tennis ball sized hail expected here, which is just a little bit larger than a golf ball. So if you see any tennis ball sized hail today, it's going to be extremely isolated, but yes, it's still possible. For your future radar here, first we're going to zoom right down into that area that we are expecting those stronger storms, and then we're going to go a little bit wider and look at some areas that we're watching for just other storms today that may not be as strong. So let's go ahead and take a look at this evening. So anywhere from about 3:30 this evening all the way to, oh, there's your severe thunderstorm warning. We went right into it here. We kind of went out of order here. Let's see, what are we watching for here? Ooh, this one's not up in the northeast, where we are watching for some stronger storms coming into the northeast right now. So this is the one that we saw earlier in Buffalo. We've got another severe thunderstorm warning just to the north of Jackson, up 55 here, coming into Columbus right now. You can see that highlighted there in red. Yes, that's a severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, let's get back to your forecast here. I want to talk about your future radar for this evening. You gotta love live weather, right? Let's see if we can get into it here. And we may have to go through the other graphics to get back. Yep, that's what I thought. To get back to this radar here. But your future radar, so what I'm going to show you is later on this evening, it's going to start off as a hail threat. Then we're going to transition into a wind threat, and it does look like we have a pretty good chance for a derecho. And what this means, what a derecho is essentially a high risk for high winds for a long period of time. So it's going to span over a very, very wide area, and then for a long period of time. So derecho is more than just your average supercell. It's not a supercell. It's a cluster of cells all together that will produce some high winds. So let's talk about that here. Here's your future radar. We've got those storms out in Buffalo right now, all the way through this afternoon. So give it a few more hours, storms moving through the western side of New York. Take you farther back to and let's make this bigger here. Take you farther back to the west, anywhere from south of Minneapolis into Green Bay into Chicago. We are expecting those storms to continue to progress, pushing to the east and the southeast here. You can see into Chicago by shortly before sunset or right around sunset. So between that time of dinner and sunset, maybe you have outdoor plans this evening. Make sure you have an indoor option because we could see some very strong storms coming in here, most likely severe at this point, or at least several of these areas will most likely be severe. We're going to see some large hail from this, and then as I mentioned, it's going to turn into a wind threat. And one of the ways that we can see that is you see this bow echo here. These storms are bowing out. That is just a telltale sign to see strong winds from these thunderstorms. So that's just, our radar indication that we could see some strong winds, and that gives us a signal for the potential for a derecho. Anyway, this continues through early tomorrow morning in places like Champaign all the way down towards Cincinnati, and then it'll continue through tomorrow morning in places like Kansas City and then into tomorrow afternoon as well, as we continue to see this push off to the east. But let's go ahead and take a look at the wind forecast here. You can see that we're going to expect significant winds in the Chicago into Indianapolis area through the late night hours. So again, I mentioned right after dinner into the late night hours after it's already dark. So it may be extremely difficult to see this. If you do have a safe way to take pictures, and you're already taking pictures of the storms or the damage that you see today, make sure that you send those in to us. We would love to see your pictures. We can also see some strong winds anywhere back to McCook, where we could see some isolated storms here, and even up into Rochester, where we're watching for those storms in Buffalo right now. Now let's zoom out and take another look at what we're expecting today. Zooming out of the Midwest, taking a look farther off to the west here. Denver, I mentioned we could see some stronger storms just to the north of Denver here. At times we could see isolated hail with this, but I do think that the wind threat will be more promising. Kansas City into tomorrow morning, also expecting those early morning storms that could interrupt your commute. This goes all the way back to St. Louis and Cincinnati. And this afternoon, just what we're seeing right now, we could see some pop-up showers and storms in areas like Jacksonville, New Orleans, all the way into the Florida Panhandle here. All right, let's continue on to tomorrow. Now, tomorrow we're expecting another round of storms. You can see the radar once again overlaid there, where we could see 1-inch hail or even slightly larger than that. Farther out to the east, there's a big swath of an area that we're watching for storms, anywhere from Springfield to Indianapolis, and then all the way to Cleveland into Rochester. A lot of areas here watching for those storms. Future radar showing that storms all the way through tomorrow morning. So, I mean, this is early. This is 8 a.m. This is St. Louis into Kansas City tomorrow morning, Cincinnati, Toronto, all could be getting those early morning showers and storms, continuing on through the afternoon here, maybe into about breakfast or brunch or lunchtime. We're expecting these storms to become a little bit more isolated, not as scattered. But then as we head into the evening hours, there's 2 areas to watch for storms, anywhere from the northeast all the way down to the southern Midwest here, even some storms down in South and North Carolina. And then farther back to the west in places like Denver and Nebraska, we're watching for storms in this area as well. Some of these most likely turning severe. These look a little bit more promising. Do you see that? Just near the Denver, Wichita area, looking a little bit more promising in that area for some stronger storms. Alrighty, moving on here. Possibly. There we go. Yeah, look at those storms in western Kansas. Those look pretty promising to produce some sort of high wind or hail threat. All right, and your forecasted max hail size for tomorrow will be up to golf ball sized hail. I think that's going to be pretty promising to see some sort of larger hailstone out of this. It'll be isolated, but I do think that we can get it. All right, taking a look at your extended temperature outlook, we have great news for anyone who is not a very big fan of the heat. Anywhere from the southern plains all the way out to the Midwest, it does look like temperatures will be cooling down just slightly as we head into the end of July. So this is the last week of July here, from July 22nd to the 28th. It looks like temperatures are going down just a little bit. Taking a look at the 5-day rain chances, as temperatures go down, it looks like we may see several chances for rain as well. I mean, we talked about those great rain chances anywhere from Chicago tonight all the way into St. Louis and then off to the east. We've also talked about storms back to the west here into Denver, Nebraska, Kansas, and western Oklahoma. So that's, this rain is going to be great for the soil, but it also comes with that storm risk, of course, which is what we're watching for the potential for hail. It looks like farther out to the west, along the west coast, it's not very promising to see too much rain, but hey, that may change. As we head into the end of July, it looks like we are expecting that to change and to have a little bit of a pattern shift with better chances for rain down in the southern portion of the nation. Hey, thanks for watching today. Thanks for, kind of bearing with us. I'm going to move this, this video box right here so you can see everything. All right. Thanks for bearing with us with this technology change that we had to deal with today. Hopefully I can be back in the studio tomorrow and you can see me on the green screen tomorrow. But I did appreciate you guys hopping in here today. I kind of like this Facebook setup because it gives us more of a time to talk. You know, if you had any questions today, I wanted to get to those. So I don't see anything pressing on here. I don't see any questions on our comments section, but of course you can always stick questions on the comment section. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you can hear me. We love to see those questions pop up. Also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and if you would like to get in contact with us about purchasing a map, any of those maps that I showed you today can be purchased on hailtrace.com. You can call us for a plan as well, 855-334-4245, or email us at info@hailtrace.com, or jump on our website. We have several blogs on there, so if you are also a weather enthusiast like we are, you can read our blogs and kind of get to know what's going on outside of the forecast across the country. That, of course, is at hailtrace.com. Okay, have a fantastic Monday. We'll see you back here, same time, same place, tomorrow at noon.